step right into Mongolia, located in the center of Central Asia. The enormous and long-ago nation of Mongolia is a place of limitless landscapes and skies. This country provides a gateway to a realm where nature is king, with its undulating grasslands, rough mountains, vast deserts, and pristine lakes. The rich tapestry of life in Mongolia is the result of the centuries-long interweaving of the country's cultural traditions with its natural landscape. We will explore this fascinating country and learn about its many cultural and ecological treasures as we go. However, before I take you on an exploration of Mongolia's must-see attractions, I'll fill you in on some fascinating facts about the country. Incredibly sparsely populated at only 2.1 people per square kilometer, Mongolia is the world's second-largest landlocked nation. Even though it only makes up a small fraction of the country, just 0.3%, the vibrant capital of Ulaanbaatar is home to over half of the inhabitants. This fact may come as a surprise to you. The remaining population is dispersed throughout huge deserts, plateaus, and the world-renowned Mongolian steppe, which is one of the planet's few remaining unspoiled grasslands. This vast, open plain is bounded on all sides by lofty mountains that divert precipitation, leaving behind a desolate, rocky terrain that seems to go on forever. As the cold Siberian winds blow in, winters here are downright terrible, with temperatures dropping to 30 degrees Celsius. Extreme heat of 38 degrees Celsius and almost no precipitation characterize summertime. Even as the frigid Gobi Desert is growing, the vast majority of the terrain is still unsuitable for farming. Despite the most contiguous empire in history, extending 24 million square kilometers from Europe to Asia, being built in the 13th century by Chinggis Khan, the nomadic culture and way of life in Mongolia have remained virtually intact because to the harsh terrain. Roughly a third of Mongolians still follow this practice, adapting their movable gurs or yurts, round tents, to their nomadic lifestyle. Their ability to produce cattle in Mongolia's severe climate is based on their in-depth knowledge of nature, and they supplement this knowledge with contemporary technology, such as solar panels, to suit their daily needs. There is no place like this for horses. It is common practice to teach children to ride before they can walk, and the number of horses outnumbers humans. Every July, at the Nardam Festival, the three manly sports that honor Mongolia's warrior spirit bring this profound connection with horses to life. Wrestling, archery, and long-distance horse racing ranging up to 30 kilometers and typically feature juvenile riders. These traditions, which date back to Chinggis Khan's time, ensure that soldiers are prepared for battle and are continued until now. However, their history as warriors is only one aspect. Tibetan Buddhism has a profound impact on daily life and culture in Mongolia, highlighting the country's strong spiritual aspect. The Dukha people of the northern taiga maintain their age-old practice of herding reindeer for all of their material needs, including clothing, food, and transportation. In western Mongolia, nomadic Kazakhs continue an age-old practice of eagle hunting by teaching golden eagles to fly in search of prey. This way of life helps them maintain a strong bond with their homeland and culture. In the wide expanse of Mongolia, history, landscape, and lifestyle all come together in perfect harmony, forming a tenacious culture characterized by these living customs. Now that we know what to expect from this one-of-a-kind nation, let's investigate the top tourist destinations in Mongolia. And if you're enjoying this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an adventure. Consider the enormous rock known as Taikar Chulu Rock, which is located close to the town of Geyser Lake and bears inscriptions that date back hundreds of years. The place is both mysterious and revered due to the carvings, which are thought to contain old writings and private messages. As a sign of strength and protection, the legendary Taikar Chulu was placed by a hero to enclose an underworld monster. As a reflection of Mongolians' long-held faith in the land's mystical powers, pilgrims and tourists flock there to feel its energy and hear its stories. Locals also place great importance on Turtle Rock, Melky Card, another mystical rock formation in Gorky Tirali National Park. As a symbol of harmony and protection, this towering rock is thought to house the spirits of the natural environment. Believers in the protection of the natural world frequently make sacrifices or give silent prayers at the foot of the mountain. The rock fortifies the connection between humans and the land since it is encircled by majestic mountains and verdant valleys. Seeing a shaman ceremony is an essential part of any spiritual exploration of Mongolia. Through the use of rhythmic drumming, chanting, and symbolic objects, shamanism, one of the country's oldest traditions, connects individuals to the unseen world. Holding these rituals in natural locations strengthens the connection between participants and the environment, while also seeking direction, protection, or healing from ancestor spirits. The interconnectedness of Mongolia's holy places and rituals exemplifies the country's long history of reverence for its environment and its people's spiritual traditions. The extraordinary monasteries of Mongolia bring the country's spiritual history to life. One such example is the Altai Kid Monastery. In the 17th century, this sprawling compound along the Onji River served as a center for Buddhist education and worship, housing more than 1,000 monks. However, it met the same fate as many other religious buildings in Mongolia: destruction during the communist purges of the 1930s, when Mongolia's religious organizations were under extreme persecution. Altai Kid's ruins are a stark reminder of the country's troubled history. Thanks to restoration work, you can still explore the site's ancient stupas and temple ruins, which have been revitalized. From time to time, monks would come back for prayer services, which gives it a new spiritual vibe. The persistence of Altai Kid's resurrection demonstrates the unwavering commitment and robust cultural identity of Mongolia. Let's investigate the top tourist destinations in Mongolia. Geyser Lake, tucked away in the Altai Mountains, is an undiscovered treasure with an air of mystique. The mineral-rich soils and the natural pulse of underground springs create whirling patterns beneath the surface, which are revealed by its crystalline blue waters. As if the lake were breathing, the delicate ripples resembling geysers create an otherworldly effect. The wild and unspoiled landscape all around it serves as a constant reminder that this is the home to some of the most spectacular natural phenomena on Earth. Ulaanbaatar Lake adds a new dimension of contrast to the steppes of Mongolia, while Blue Geyser Lake glistens in a brilliant azure. This serene lake, so called because it reflects the sky's shifting hues and shimmers in the fading light, is named after the Mongolian term for red. With its picturesque setting between undulating hills and expansive plains, Wulan Lake captures the essence of the region's profound bond with nature. The serene beauty of the countryside is on full display, and the area is perfect for anyone seeking solitude. Okay, before we continue to our next stop, I must confess something. Mongolia isn't precisely home to Geyser Lake and Wulan Lake. Wulan Lake is located in Inner Mongolia, China, while Geyser Lake is on the Russian side of the border. Let us refer to them as honorary Mongolian wonders because of the common landscapes and centuries of cultural ties. And there's no need to fret. From this point forward, every vacation spot will feature Mongolia. Interspersed throughout Mongolia's expansive steppe are colorful towns that serve to liven up the usually subdued scenery. Particularly on gloomy days or during the lengthy winters, the vivid reds, greens, blues, and yellows of the rooftops lend character and charm to these towns. Colors like these serve a purpose beyond just aesthetics. Even when everything is covered in snow, they make the houses easy to see from a distance. The nomadic history of Mongolia has a significant impact on the unique layout of these cities. Every house has its own land enclosed by a fence. This echoes the value of open space that existed in traditional camps when people would congregate and livestock would graze. In keeping with the communal spirit of Mongolian culture, these open yards continue to serve as functional spaces for animals and social interaction, even in modern times. Mongolians have a strong bond with their environment, and these multicolored houses reflect that. It captures the spirit of rural Mongolia, where people, places, and colors all work together in perfect harmony. On the other hand, the vast open landscape isn't the only aspect of Mongolian life. The capital of Mongolia, Ulaanbaatar, offers a contrasting image to these rural communities. Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia's bustling capital and largest city, is beautiful because of the way it combines tradition and modernity. It is located in a valley along the Chulu River. Old and new coexist in this metropolis. In the midst of the city's contemporary skyscrapers, you'll find Buddhist temples like the magnificent Gondan Monastery, where monks continue to perform ceremonies that date back centuries. Artifacts from the Winter Palace of the Bogd Khan and the National Museum of Mongolia shed light on Mongolia's cultural legacy and the country's illustrious past. From Zaisan Hill, visitors can see the whole valley and Ulaanbaatar in all their glory, and they may also learn about Mongolia's rich past. The Zaisan Memorial, erected during the Soviet era to honor the camaraderie between Mongolian and Soviet soldiers in World War II, lies atop the mountain. As a striking visual reminder of the nation's history throughout the 20th century, the colorful murals portray pivotal moments of collaboration. Chinggis Khan's influence on Ulaanbaatar's culture and identity is palpable as you go around the city. Named for the great conqueror who established Mongolian nationalism, the central square is currently known as Chinggis Khan Square. In front of the State Palace, there is a monumental sculpture of Chinggis Khan and his generals, which is a potent symbol of the influence that their heritage has on modern Mongolia. Additionally, a massive image of Chinggis Khan looms over the city from the hilltop, serving as a powerful memorial to his ever-present influence. Nevertheless, you must outside the city walls if you wish to comprehend the magnitude of Chinggis Khan's legacy. The magnificent Chinggis Khan equestrian sculpture at Changjin Baldog, standing at a towering 40 meters, is the tallest equine sculpture in the world and is located just 54 kilometers east of Ulaanbaatar. We chose this location because of its historical importance. Legend has it that Chinggis Khan discovered a golden whip here, which he used to motivate himself to conquer more territory. The sculpture shows him mounted on a horse, symbolizing his command of the vast Mongol empire he established. At the base complex, you'll find a museum, historical displays, and a panoramic viewing platform atop the horse's head. From there, you can take in the stunning views of the steppe below. The sculpture, which honors Mongolia's greatest fighter and offers a rare window into the nation's illustrious past and the lasting impact of its renowned commander, is a contemporary wonder made of shining stainless steel. The statue of Chinggis Khan's mother, Holun, who was an important figure in her son's childhood and early life, is also nearby. This homage pays homage to the formidable woman who shaped the future conqueror, serving as a reminder of the strong women who gave rise to the famous figures of Mongolia and the tenacity that laid the groundwork for the Mongol Empire. The sacred landscapes of Mongolia reveal a spiritual and cultural wealth that extends beyond Chinggis Khan's legacy. We reach the Erdeni Zoo Monastery as we proceed along this path. The most ancient and historically important in Mongolia. Khan, son of Altai, established the Erdeni Zoo in 1585, marking the official conversion of Mongolia to Buddhism. This culturally significant monastery stands out in Karakoram, the former Mongol capital, with its 108 stupas and a remarkable fusion of Mongolian, Tibetan, and Chinese architectural forms. After taking a beating during the Soviet purges of the 1900s, Erdeni Zoo has been painstakingly rebuilt. Sacred items and views of monks performing centuries-old rites are on display at the museum, which doubles as a working monastery today. The monastery connects Mongolia's long and illustrious history with its deep and abiding spiritual traditions. As you stroll through its grounds, you can practically hear the stories that have been spoken there. No discussion of Erdeni Zoo Monastery would be complete without bringing up the Orkhon Valley. Countless nomadic civilizations have left their imprint and influenced Mongolia's cultural identity at this UNESCO World Heritage Site, which is truly at the center of Mongolia's history. This valley has served as a major junction for many years, representing the nomadic lifestyle and the Mongol Empire through its expansive steppes, ancient ruins, and holy sites. The valley, which stretches beside the Orkhon River, is rich with artifacts that attest to the ebb and flow of steppe kingdoms. The Orkhon Valley is home to a number of fascinating historical artifacts, such as deer stones that are more than 3,000 years old and Turkic memorials from the 8th century. Deer stones with elaborate carvings are thought to represent ceremonial or burial locations reflecting the spiritual beliefs of Mongolia's early inhabitants, while Turkic memorials remember important events and honor early leaders, providing insight into the region's history. Nomadic culture is alive and well in Mongolia's Orkhon Valley, so it's not all history here. You'll see herding families carrying on the traditions of their forefathers, providing a rare glimpse into a culture that has survived for centuries. Next, there's Ulaanbaatar, well known as the breathtaking Orkhon waterfall. Tourists and locals alike are drawn to the stunning waterfall, which cascades over 20 meters, as it showcases the pristine splendor of Mongolia's natural scenery. Immersed amid expansive plains and breathtaking landscapes, The waterfall artfully portrays the unspoiled beauty of the valley and the enduring connection between the land and nomadic people. Continuing westward from the Orkhon Valley, we eventually arrive at the stunning Altai Mountains. This isolated mountain range forms a harsh frontier where the wild heart of Asia beats. It stretches along the western border of Mongolia and extends into Russia, China, and Kazakhstan. The most daring explorers will be rewarded with breathtaking panoramas from Mongolia's highest peak, Khoitan Peak, which stands at 4,374 meters. In addition to its breathtaking mountains, the Altai is a region rich in historical significance. Various ethnic groups, like the Tuvan, have contributed to the area's diverse cultural tapestry, which includes centuries of nomadic traditions. The petroglyph complexes, which are on the UNESCO World Heritage List, are a real treasure of the area. Thousands of Bronze Age carvings depict hunting, ceremonies, and everyday life. Also native to this area are the elusive snow leopard, as well as ibex and argali sheep. The breathtaking landscape of the Altai is characterized by its many glacial lakes, verdant valleys, and meandering rivers. Leaving behind the majestic Altai Mountains, Mongolia opens up to the enormous Gobi Desert, a truly remarkable and iconic part of the world. The Gobi Desert is renowned for its one-of-a-kind landscape, which includes seemingly endless dunes and breathtaking rock formations, as well as spurts of vibrant hue that adorn the parched landscape. For anyone brave enough to explore its depths, this desert conceals incalculable treasures. An outstanding illustration of these undiscovered treasures is Bogd Chulu, a spectacular granite outcrop that juts out of the desert like a crumbling castle. Buddhist monks have sought sanctuary here in the past, lending an aura of mystery and peace to the place. The picture seems nearly eternal, with its dramatic shapes and textures that reflect Mongolia's spiritual legacy. As you head south, you'll see the Bayanzag Cliffs, which take on a brilliant crimson tint, particularly as the sun goes down. The historical significance of this location is equal to, if not greater than, its iconic beauty. The first fossilized dinosaur eggs were found here in the 1920s, a major finding for paleontologists. From your vantage point on these towering cliffs, you may almost step into a primordial world when the landscape was shaped by the forces of wind and time. Sagan Sivaga, the White Stupa, is another limestone structure with an otherworldly air. Cliffs coated in pink, white, and orange tones vary with the sun as they rise from the desert like a dream come to reality. During sunset, the entire edifice takes on an ethereal quality, casting a halo effect that dances across the beach. The sight is so awe-inspiring, it transports viewers to a fantastical, mystical realm reminiscent of an old temple. It is my pleasure to have you along on this tour of Mongolia's expansive and spectacular landscapes. Please hit the like button and spread the word if you found the video entertaining. If you've been to the country and have more to say, Please share your ideas in the comments. Your support keeps me going with videos like these. See you on the next expedition as we uncover the globe and its wonderful wonders.